Taking our debut internationally with a good friend of mine. Her name, Sam Roller. We met each other at Binghamton University like 10 years ago. 5? I don't remember. We we met each other. And you are my godmother. My godmother for this show. Like this is my first interview in English. So I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful for giving me this opportunity. And thanks for having me right here at this show. It's your show, and how you doing?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's really sweet that you reached out, and I'm really excited to be the first English-speaking interview.
Sam, well, you are a yoga instructor, and before we get into the questions, well, I want to let them know, all the people who are going to listen, yoga, more than a sport, it's a discipline, and gives you a lot of benefits like flexibility, it gives you muscle strength, and of course, it gives you a better posture. And over a daily basis, you don't have a posture, like a right posture, because you are like sitting down all day on the office, so you forget about the posture. But now that I'm talking with a professional of yoga, which this is my case right now, I would like to know, why yoga? I mean, why you decided to take yoga instead of basketball, whatever sport you mentioned? Why yoga? Well, how and why yoga?
Yeah, I think everyone should do yoga. So there's so many different types of yoga practices. There's the kind for people who want something more vigorous and want more of a workout. That's more like a power yoga or maybe a hot yoga class. But then there's also more gentle yoga. Actually, a lot of the classes I teach the demographic that I teach are like 50 to 70-year-old women. So we do like a lot more gentle kind of stuff. There's just so many benefits. You know, if you need to sleep better, yoga can help with that before bedtime. If you need something energizing, it's great in the morning. It's also a good like supplement. If you're a power lifter or something, yoga will help prevent injury. I actually started teaching at a boxing studio, and now the guys are like, coming in, and I think it helps supplement their workouts too.
Now, okay, that's a good point. But I want to ask you, the next question will be, when do you decide to take the first session of yoga? Because even we have over the life, our daily basis again, like you choose practice football or basketball, go to dance lessons, whatever. But when you decide to take your first class of yoga?
I'm trying to think, actually. I've been practicing for probably 8 years or so.
Whoa, that's a long time.
Yeah, and I'm 24, so I guess I started practicing when I was in high school. And what's interesting is I've always been just really naturally flexible. And so when I got into yoga, it was I'm kind of good at this. And at the time I actually had a very severe eating disorder. So it was 80 pounds, 90 pounds, which is really too thin for my frame. And so once I found yoga, I was wow, I'm good at this, and I feel really strong when I'm in a plank or when I'm in this pose and that pose. So it made me just want to fuel my body properly. So for me, it was really transformative and addicting and fun, and it made me more confident.
I want to tell you this story, a little of yoga experience myself.
Sure, please.
Yeah, I decided to retire yesterday. I went to a yoga class, and I noticed that, okay, this is not for me, and I retired. So officially, I decided to go. First day yesterday. Now I'm retired from yoga. It's not bad. Again, it's not. I'm not against any kind of this discipline or postures, whatever you do, whatever you have to take to be in a yoga class, but it's not for me. I'd rather prefer just running across the field and go after a ball, whatever. So it's but yeah, I retire officially from yoga. So if I go to New York, you have to teach me some postures. If I have to go once again, whatever, I will go and I've looked for you and say, hey Sam, I'm here in town, so teach me some postures.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I hope to have a YouTube channel like coming out, so hopefully you can do it then, so you don't even have to come all the way to New York. But yeah, I think that's a really good point. I've met a lot of people who have came to my classes, and they're like, I really enjoyed the experience, but they said the first time they ever did yoga that they hated it. It really depends on the instructor, because if the instructor first of all isn't aware that you're a beginner, or
with baseball, I would go to yoga. Sam, I want to ask you this: who encouraged you to go like into yoga class? You mentioned before like you have been practicing for 8 years, but do you have any inspiration? Like, because a singer has like I was smoking a cigar and I wrote down a song, and which is a hit. Like an athlete, like I was trained so hard and I went to be a champion. But you, in your case, and as both each other, we are humans. We are simple mortals. Where did it come from, that inspiration to take yoga?
Yeah, I don't think there was at first. I don't think there was a person who inspired me. I think it was just because yoga isn't about comparing yourself to others. It's not about like competing for like, oh, if he can do this, she could do this, and I have to be able to do that. It's more an internal kind of journey. Like, so for me, it was just like, wow, I noticed I'm feeling stronger, and I'm getting better, and I have a better relationship with food, after my eating disorder. It was just me, I think, who just wanted to get better. But with time, I looked up to one of my teachers. Her name is Kathy, and her and I actually now became like best friends. She's the one who encouraged me to become an instructor, and she's become a mentor for me. And then aside from that, there's this other spiritual teacher named Kobe K. She actually has a TED Talk who's just like amazing. She's I think those are my people.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, for me, it's like, well, I do have a kind of people, a lot of people that inspires me, at least in where I practice, like Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan. Well, those kind of people that over the history of sports have reached a lot of goals, and well, they left a legacy, and that's for me like a great experience. And those are people who inspire me, at least in what I do, what I practice. Yeah. I look over the careers, whatever they did. And I saw that they have a lot of passion. What they do is a lot of passion. So I want to ask you this: for you, like now you're a yoga instructor. We have talked about how you get into there, what is your reason to be in yoga. But it's a hobby or it's a passion for you?
Yeah, it's definitely a passion for me. It's really interesting because So, like I said, I've been practicing for 8 years, and almost every year I was like, do I want to be an instructor? Do I want to do it? And I was so self-conscious. I was like, I can't do a handstand. I'm not, like, super skinny anymore. Like, all these things. I'm just like, I don't think I'm worthy of being an instructor. But eventually, just my passion for it and my passion for how transformative it is and how, like, I really want to help others with it just propelled me into getting it. So definitely passionate. And I think that's what I think makes me like a kind instructor. Like I try to teach with like kindness because I want everyone to really get a good experience from it.
But you're very kind. You're very lovely. I mean, you don't have to mention that. I mean, I remember. I mean, the first time we saw each other in Binghamton, you were so sweet. You're very kind. So it's something that you have. No, you're welcome. And you now mentioned about what kind of instructor you are. But I mean, I believe that us, like we pass like out of the culture. You have yoga to other people. What would be the main reason? How you teach? How you teach yoga?
Yeah, so the main reason why I teach is just to hopefully... So, okay, everyone's at different levels in their journey. So for me, in the beginning, it was all about the physical. It was like, I'm going to get stronger, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be like... It was really ego-based. I was like, I'm going to be as flexible, as strong, as like beautiful and graceful as possible in the class. But then... So I want my classes to support those people, but then I also want my classes to support the people who are experienced in yoga, who are more on a spiritual path as well, who are really looking to dive into themselves and not just worry about the external. So my goal is to just create a really comfortable space for transformation, like a space for you to learn to love yourself and be yourself and see what's going on within yourself.
Oh, that's lovely. That's something really cool. That's very cool. I mean, I give you a clap from that. I mean, No, that's a good. I mean, because you could be so talented, and probably you will agree on this. Like, you could be so again, talented. You have those skills, but you don't know how to transmit that knowledge to the people. Even whatever you do, yoga, whatever you do, you don't want to share. But in this case, like as you mentioned right away before, like it's not competing against each other, like with other people. It's with yourself. Like, be your better version every single day. So this is a good point. I mean, I didn't go that deep in yoga because, again, I'm retired, so as I mentioned. But yeah, you have a point, and again, it's so brave and it's so inspiring what you're doing right now. And again, I'm truly enjoying this little talk we're having right now. And we almost at the end of this very first show in English. Of course, it will be more than that. But if I tell you right now, Sam, you're in the United States. You are a New Yorker. You live there. But if me, for example, or for instance, whatever people comes to you and watch over your YouTube channel, and like say, hey Sam, I do have an academy, but it's not here in U.S. It's not in Mexico. You have to go to India or even Thailand. Would you rather like drop away everything you have right now and go to the journey? Like, will Sam be like able to do that, or you don't want to take the risk?
Yeah, no, totally. It's funny you say that because like one of my like callings right now is for this year is to work on self-love for myself personally, and then also to travel. So although I have done a lot of traveling, I've been really fortunate with that. I've saved up a lot of money, so I could study abroad and everything. But I'm 24. I'm not ready to settle into one thing, and I just want to get as many life experiences as humanly possible. So I've actually been thinking about going to Thailand by myself for like a month and just like keep traveling through Southeast Asia and stuff. And yeah, it would depend on the program. If it's really inspiring and I really believe in it and I think it's a good fit. So to me, again, I'm at a different point in my journey than like some other people, maybe if they're just starting, or some people beyond me who have been teaching longer and or studying philosophy more than I have because I'm just starting my journey. I think yoga is a big part of my life because it's not just what you do on the mat. At least for me. So I'll use an I statement. Like, so it's not just what I do on the mat.
Yeah.
Yoga for me is how I breathe as I'm maybe feeling frustrated by something. Yoga is pausing when I feel an emotion and notice that emotion. Yoga is like trying to take a step, like when I'm eating and I'm mindful and quiet and silent.
Again, we are not that close. I mean, even we shared a few moments in Binghamton. And one of the things I do remember, and I want to share to all the audience, is like, you don't want to go Binghamton for 3 reasons. The weather is boring, and for other reason, you don't want to go there. Simple, as simple as that. But I
loved it there, though. It was so fun. I loved it. I loved Binghamton.
I know. It was quite fun. I mean, it's a whole experience for me, and I do have a great memories about it. And again, Sam, thanks for having me. Thanks for this opportunity, for your time.
Sure.
And we are gonna keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely. No, thank you for asking all those questions. I can't wait to see this video. And just everyone who's viewing, just remember to subscribe to his channel and watch more videos. I guess maybe they're coming in English and Spanish. And yeah.
Well, thanks guys for having us in this show. My name is Armando Villarreal. You can follow me on Twitter like Mando23 and YouTube like my channel Mando23 again. And thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.